Hello friends, I hope everybody's doing well. Okay, so today we're at the back corner of the yard here. Excuse me. And what happened here was we had a tree come down over here in between these evergreens. It looks like this one is destroyed here. Luckily it didn't hit the storage tent here. Just came up to here. I think we'll begin by cutting this branch here. I think that's that could be from another tree. I'm not sure yet. We gotta take a walk behind there. I'm gonna be using a Remington electric chainsaw. I'm pretty sure it's 16-inch, but we gotta go up and service that, clean it up and get it ready and put some oil in it. Cause I always drain the oil out when I'm done with them. You know, the chainsaw oil. It's a plug-in, it's not a battery, but it's a plug-in electric chainsaw. I've used it before and it works pretty good. I put the chain's not that old on it. I just went to Home Depot and got a 16-inch chain, and I was lucky it fit good. It fit the sprockets good and everything. Let me see if I can get around here. What's going on here is this lot here was purchased. They started doing work on it. They were bringing in dirt and they leveled it all off. I think since they did that, this is like a valley in here. I don't know if these trees are getting uprooted because it's holding water in here. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Alright, this is part of another tree right here. This is another tree here. I want to try to do this without being dangerous. I don't know. We'll have to see. I guess this is the tree that, yeah, it fell that way. This is it. Then we have this over here. That's just laying in between over here too. Alright, so let's go service the chainsaw. I'll show you how I do it. Because I'm pretty sure from the last time I used it, I never cleaned it. And when I first got that saw, I had to, the oiler, chain oiler wasn't working. And we got that working in the video. I don't know if that was 3 years ago or 4 years ago by now. But I got it working. Yeah, so we're gonna have to see how we're gonna tackle this. I'm trying to see if that's the same. I think it's the same tree. I'm gonna try to just start cutting over here, like I said before. We'll start cutting some of these branches off. I gotta make sure the extension cord, I gotta run the extension cord to the front here. So I'm gonna have to make sure that the extension cord will reach from the front. I have two cords. I have one, I think it's a 40-foot cord. Yeah. But, alright, so I'll be back to you shortly. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is when you go buy the chain for it, you're going to measure it from this cover here. And you're going to measure it all the way to the tip of the blade here. So I was right before I measured it already. So we end up with 16 inches. So you would be buying the 16-inch chain for it. Usually when you buy the chain, it comes with the directions on the for which way to put the chain on it. So if you don't have the chain facing this way, this is the top here. If it's not facing this way, you can see how the ribs are going back. They curl back. That means you have it on backwards and then you're not cutting anything with it. So I want to try to get you where we're going to take that cover off, and I just want to clean it up a bit. So what I'm going to be using is a 1/2-inch socket. We're going to take off these two nuts here to pull this cover off. I don't know how dirty I left this when I put it away. if it's even dirty at all. But I just wanted to check, make sure. I apologize for the wind. It's pretty windy today here. So. Let's give this a little wiggle and the cover will come right off. Not bad, but I am going to clean it up a little bit here. Yeah, let me get something to clean that with. I thought I put it away real dirty, but I didn't. Always make sure you clean everything up here. This way the oil will work. The oiler will work better that way. You don't want a whole bunch of chainsaw dust caught in anything here. So that's pretty cool. When you first get the chain, I found it easier when the chain is off. Just hold this up like this and then take your chain, putting it on the right way, of course. I just wrap the chain around it and then it'll just fall into the grooves all the way down. That was the easiest way I ever found to do it. Once in a while too, where this chain rides on the bar, you just want to take a real thin screwdriver or something and clean out in between where this chain rides on the bar. Clean that out really good. And then what I do is I just pull the chain from here tight, and then you can lay it on there and get this part on the sprocket. Just like so. I'm sure you didn't see anything, but I taught this, like I said. I pulled it tight. I got it over the gear, and you just want to hold this up here. This has another piece to it. This piece has to go on here. Make sure it's on the gear good too. It's hard for me to show you, but there's a screw there, and that's the adjustment screw to adjust the tension of the chain. And then back here, there's a pin sticking out. And you have to make sure you get this pin into the slot of the bar. So when you tighten up the bar will either come out this way or go in that way, depending on how much you have to adjust it. So I'm going to try to do this without even loosening the, yeah, I got it. I did it without loosening the adjuster. Sometimes you have to loosen the adjuster if you get a new chain, because the chain will be too tight on there because it's a new chain. And I don't think I got it, but trying to see their whereabouts. think that's got it. Yeah, I had to jiggle it a little bit, but like I said, sometimes you gotta loosen the adjuster to get it on there right. Still doesn't feel right here. I'm gonna loosen the adjuster. I'll get it into the position where I can put that cover back down on there, and I'll be right back. All right, this one gets adjusted from the back here. It has like a wing nut, which is pretty cool. So that's how you would adjust the tension on the chain here with this model here. So I'll get right back. Okay, so what I had to do is loosen this to make things easier. So when I loosened the adjuster, I showed you that this is a stem, and then it has that pin going straight down that goes into the bar here. So you always want to make sure that you get that pin into the bar here, otherwise you can't adjust it. And then what I did was I just I put the nuts on there, snugged them up a little bit, then I loosened them a little so the blade would slide, and then I just turned this clockwise until the chain got tight. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tighten this up. I'll put some oil in it. I'll plug the chainsaw in and just run it and make sure the chain stays tight. If the chain is too loose, then you just repeat the same procedure. Just loosen these nuts again and just turn this clockwise, and you'll be able to tighten the chain. And I always make sure the bar here is up, tilted up. Usually when you make the adjustment, the bar will favor going up, because remember, when you're cutting wood, you're going to be putting stress on the bottom of the chain towards the top of the bar, if that makes any sense. And that's about it. So what I'll do is I'll plug it in, I'll put some oil in it, we'll see how it is. I still got to snug up these nuts here. Okay, let's check it out and see how it does. I put oil in it. I think I mentioned it before. I always dump the oil out because these things are messy. When they set, it makes an oily mess all over the place. This has like a safety on it. Then you're going to unplug it. And it's good. It's pretty good. I just hope it's oiling. That oil seems like it's gelled up already, and I'm not really sure if it's oiling or not. Hope so. Alright. I'm gonna run it some more and make sure it's oiling. Then we'll go in the back and start cutting. Alright, I'm gonna start with cutting the smaller stuff off. Some of the ways I do this may be dangerous, so you may not want to do it the way I'm doing it. It seems like the oiler is working because I saw a few drops on the table and I was testing it. If it's not oiling, then we'll know. I'll burn the chain up right away. And this is not working. I don't know if the circuit breakers are up in the front there. I'll be right back. Okay, let's go here. Alrighty. I guess we'll move over to this and cut some of this. That cut through there pretty good. I almost knocked the tripod over. Don't worry, I will get before the video ends. I'm going to try to cut that, well, let me try to cut this branch off here. Then we'll try to cut that bigger piece, and I'm hoping that I'll get bound, it doesn't get bound up. See if I can move you closer to where. Yeah, I think that's pretty good there. I'm only cutting that one branch that's sticking out to your left there. Like that. Well, this one here. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, I'm sorry enough to go. Alright, this part here might be a little dangerous here. I think I'm going to make the cut over here. Try that. Maybe move you over a little bit again. That piece hanging on to this roll off. I guess we'll do that now. Okay, so when I was making this cut, I wanted to start binding. So what I did was I just took it from the bottom and cut upwards. And wow, that's big right there. That's big. I'm gonna have to cut this. I'm gonna have to take this and cut this up into smaller pieces. So we won't do that right now. I don't know if it destroyed, it probably destroyed some of this evergreen. Might have destroyed some of it. Let me try to cut. I'm going to cut over here now. I think that should just fall this way. Pretty sure. You could even see what I was doing there. Yeah, I have to put you in here. I'll just show you again real quick. I'm just going to start cutting pieces like this now. And hopefully it'll fall that way. If not, I'll just do what I did before. Just start cutting upwards. If you feel the blade start binding in there, because sometimes when these chain and bars get caught in there, it's a problem. so I'm going to pause for a minute. I'm going to start getting rid of some of these branches here, and then we'll continue on. I'll see if I can get the camera back there too, so we could cut the rest of this. And like I said, this one here, I have to cut this into smaller pieces. This is pretty big. It's a good thing it fell this way, because otherwise it would have hit the tent and damaged it. So I think the tent's only like vinyl or something like that. I'll just start cutting here, and I'll just save the bigger stuff for later. We'll cut. Okay, so we'll cut one more big piece off, and then that's when it's going to get dangerous. I have to move everything over to the back there where the tree fell. Yeah, I had a big problem with binding there. See, I can pull that out of there. I have to trim this piece up too and get rid of it. These are kind of about thing here. Yay. Should be running blood, but I'm not. So. These roots are tough here. Alright, so I'll move you over to the back. I have to figure out how I'm going to do this without getting hurt. Okay, so the tree comes up from down there. I don't know if it was an uproot deal. I don't know what happened. I got to see if that's cracked over there or what. But then it comes up like this, and it broke up there. And then it goes down here to where we were cutting the branches off. Now I'm trying to think of the safest way to do this. I could try to cut it down from here somewhere, and hopefully it'll just fall that way, but I'm not sure if it will, because that piece is wedged now into the trees over there. I'm not sure. It could be dangerous. And then there's that one branch right here. I just gotta cut that off real quick. So I'll be back. Okay, here comes the dangerous part. I'm gonna probably make a cut around here, and I'm able to run that way towards the back more. I'll start cutting through it and see what happens. I don't know if it's gonna start binding up, or if it just falls this way, that's great, but I'm not sure what's gonna happen here. So let's give it a shot. told you it was dangerous. Oh, if it just came unplugged, I'm sure that jammed in the ground. I tried to stay away from it. It didn't hurt the saw. And then now I can just cut the rest of this up and I'll do it off camera. I'm impressed with that little saw. I'm really impressed with an electric saw. And I hope I showed you the right way to adjust the chain, you know, take that cover off, clean everything out. And that holds true for all 2 cycles. You might find the chain adjustment somewhere else, like towards the front I was showing you. That has like a flat blade screwdriver you would use. But this one, like I showed you, has that wing nut. But yeah, I'm really impressed by how good that saw works. The chain is oiling. Otherwise, we would have killed the chain a long time ago. But I hope you enjoyed it. Wow, I'm out of breath. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video here. It had to be done, so I figured I would just make a video to show you how to service the chainsaw and demonstrate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.